Hello. Well, this is it. The initial first it, I suppose. First of all, I will turn on this 4032, 40 columns, 32K. So I've already connected the power. I've connected an ieee cable. I have not turned this on yet. I suppose it's a possibility. There could be some catastrophic failure here, but I would not like to think that there will be. So, I'm reaching, turning on the power cord, not the power cord, the power switch, a little nervous. The lights did their thing that they should do. Now, excuse me, the 9090 would respond very favorably to commands. The 9060 would not respond very favorably to commands. It would just immediately give an error red light. So, once again, what I've done, the main Commodore circuit board with the ieee connector from the 9060 is now in the 9090. Everything looks fine, same revision numbers, same everything. It should, if there's no problem on this board, it should work. So the only way to find out right now is to type in the word catalog and hit return. That's all I have to do, hit return. See what happens. And then I'll know. But you must remember, I got the 9060 some years ago. I haven't had the 9090 for a long time. What happens after I press this key will dictate in what direction I go to try and figure out what's what. Now it doesn't still mean I don't have to do, I really have to isolate things one by one by one. I do. So I guess there's nothing left to do but press return. Okay. So that is a good sign. So it means that the upper board the Commodore board is working. So that means the trouble with the 9060, well, no, that's it. I'm thinking that as I do this, maybe there's something else that tells something that's a 9060 or 9090 that I don't know about. Because I'm sure this had 20,000 and some bytes free, and now it is only reporting that it has, I'll tell you in a second, 14. So maybe now it thinks it's a 9060. But I didn't see anything, and I still don't see anything on this circuit board that would point me to that there's anything different. Maybe I need to take a really close look side by side and see what I see. See, sometimes in the old days, and like on the 1541s, jumpers weren't jumpers. Jumpers were a little pad that kind of looked like a circle, or a half circle and a half circle with a little thing down the middle. And if you wanted to change something, you had to scratch through, and if you wanted to change it back, you had to dab some solder on it. Well, that is interesting. It is. Because even if this now thinks it's a 9060 rather than a 9090, it's still working. Which makes me think more and more there's something wrong with the actual drive in the other unit, I think. Interesting. It is. I'm going to move up, and I'm going to deload Torture. And then I'm going to look at it. Yeah, it doesn't do anything foolish, like try and format the drive. So, I didn't update the numbers in there, so anyway, it's now just going to keep on with its same testing it was doing before. It is. So now I am perplexed. I am. I see here, you know, I think I better go get the other circuit board. I don't see any jumpers as in like prongs. I see a couple of things here. There's, I think it's a JI4 and JI3. Anyway, I'm going to get the other circuit board. I'll be right back. So, I do see already, I have the other circuit board here, and I do see that one of those things that I told you about, J14 and J13, J14 on this other circuit board, which is the one from the 9090, is connected. And on this one, it is definitely not. So perhaps that is the difference. So I'm just looking for any other, it's funny, when you see something that, I guess this is J14 and J13. When you see J14 and J13, it does imply there's other jumpers on the board. Because why would they call it J14 and J13 if there were no other jumpers? So looking over, I do see something called J11 and J12, and J12 is connected. And then I also see J5 and J6, and J6 is connected. There must be more. Why would and there must be more I can't see. Because why? Would they not have J1 and 2 and 3 and 4? Well, I see 5, 6, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I did notice a difference. Oh well, who knows? There is this, of course, mysterious little box here. Hello. No. Don't see any jumpers in there. Alright, I'm going to very carefully put this down. I'm going to stand up and look at the other jumpers that I described and see if they are jumped. Okay, J12 is jumped, J6 is jumped, as is on this board. The only difference I see is the J14 on the original 9090 board is connected, and it is not connected on here. Watch that cable. That's all I see. Okay, well, I'm pleased that I have two circuit boards, Commodore, the ieee circuit boards that are functioning, and I think I found the difference as to why this now thinks it's a 9060. So more and more, I think the trouble is with the other well, something besides this board. So perhaps the drive itself. So I think next, I'm going to leave this sit here and do some more testing. I shall. So I think I'm going to continue with the operation to get the drive mechanism and everything else moved out of that, so I can have a look, check things over. Not that I'm going to find anything, but you do remember, or I remember, there is another supposed drive that I could put in there, a Seagate. I think it's something 225, and I know I have some. So, are we still cataloging? Okay, something's not happening here. Okay, the arrow lights are doing their thing. Okay, now we are having some sort of error. And it is locked up. This is different than what happened before with this drive. I'm going to turn it off. Oh, we were doing so well. I'm going to turn it off. Let it calm down. I'll turn it back on. See what happens. Okay, so it did not come up with any errors. And it is cataloging again. But, oh, it did have, this is not right at the end here. Okay, and now it has stopped. So, it could be something is indeed happening there. So I'm telling it to catalog, which is not doing. but then I've also asked it to print the DS string that it's not doing. And now it is locked up tight. Alright, I suspect if I turn that off, turn that on, now what am I doing is I'm just feeling the major chips and the minor ones to see if anything feels beastly hot. And nothing really does. Alright, turn it back on. Right round. And now we are getting an error. And we are locked up tight again. Right. Reset the pet. It's still flashing with the same error code, which is 1. And the pet locks up tight. Alright, so everything I said before, forget about it. Something is not good here. Probably with this board. Once again, remember, above all, I did not want to end up with a dead with a dead 9060 and a dead 9090. I did not. And I don't believe that that is the case as of yet. I would like to think that if I were to swap this circuit board back into the 9090, that it would work just fine. That's what I would like to think. So, I guess that's what I'm going to do. And see what's what. And hope I have killed nothing. The connectors are still connected. Everything seems okay in terms of, like, there was no smoke, there was no flames, there was no funny noises, I didn't drop it. I'm thinking that if I let it sit for a while, I think something is I think maybe it's heat related. I don't know. See, that this is not how the 9060 acted before. The 9060 would come up and it would just be like, yeah, I hear you, but I'm not doing anything. So maybe I'll let this sit for a bit and see if it comes back to life and let it cool. Maybe I will. Anyway, yes, the 9090 project continues. Thanks for coming. Bye for now. save flashing light.